Good morning, Your Excellency, or should I say,
Morning,
Mr.
Malcolm.
Governor.
Morning.
Let me quickly ask you, first, when these trains come on board, and I'm very excited about them, as excited as you are about them, but I wonder at what cost they'll come, not just to the Lagos State government, but also to the people of Lagos. Well, we can talk about the cost of building and what it has cost Lagosians so far in terms of traffic. But in terms of when it finally comes on board, how much do you think is going to cost to be able to ride in these trains? Because we do know that most times all over the world, sometimes, yes, rail infrastructure is heavily subsidized, but it's also quite expensive despite the subsidies.
Thank you very much, Malcolm, and Happy New Year to you again. I know all of the conversations around coming to see you in Abuja, so I will do that one of these. But you see, you're spot on. So as a government, we need to be able to do what we call the heavy lifting, right? There's no private sector investor that will help you come and develop the infrastructure. So government must carry the burden of building the track. Government must carry the burden of building all of the train stations and all of the communication gadgets that comes with it, right? And in some case now, government also have to also be able to deal with the rolling stock, just so that you can stimulate the private sector to come in, and it also can come, at a budget to your citizens at the end of the day, right? So what we see, part of our funding is as if we're building a road as well. It's as if we're building, a road from one part of the city to another. So that's why we can make those investments to build the tracks, to build the terminals, and to ensure that our citizens have that. So those are some costs that are on the balance sheet of the state. So we don't pass that at all to the citizens. So essentially, the kind of things that you see that will be passed on will be the maintenance costs when they start operation, and the maintenance cost will be how long will it cost to truly really maintain a train infrastructure and the movement up and down, the staff salary, the lightning, and all of the kind of things. So those kind of numbers that you need. You are not going to need to ask them to do cost recovery on the infrastructure you have built. So it will not come at anything that's going to kill the budget. And by the way, these are long-term investment, so they don't have a 5-year, depreciation like a vehicle that you ought to do a cost recovery over 5 or 6 years. A truck or a train is 30, 40 years. So you have a longer, cost recovery. So it's not something you're going to, need to be able to kill your citizens for. And finally, also, where subsidy also can come is you need to look at, the time of the day. There could be rush hour that you see every part of the world. So that could be at a slight premium. So that if you don't need to travel at the time in which people that are truly, really rushing to get to work or to get to school are traveling, so you can stay back. If you're just going to greet your cousin or your friend, down the line, you can wait for an 11 o'clock train ride. You don't need to rush with them at 7:30. That is, prime time, or that is, traffic time for everybody. So those are some of the fair metrics that one can put into it and make sure that it's accessible and it's affordable. Affordability is critical because it also is a mass movement. So it reduces your total cost because, it has to be in a way in which you can, a car, we call a train, one of them, we call it a car. A car can indeed take about 150 to 200 people, and it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes at max. So people can stand, people can hop in and hop off. So it won't take so much. So we believe that the cost, will come down significantly, for the citizens. So I do not think that they will be breaking their bank. I can assure you, it will be very, very affordable and very accessible.
Well, I'm looking for actual numbers, Mr. Governor. I'd like you to be able to tell us, because I'm sure that while you're doing this, there must be permutations already in terms of what is affordable to the citizens of Lagos and maybe anyone who will be coming to visit from any other part of Nigeria or from any other part of the world. What has your administration termed affordable? Give an instance, or relate to Marina, for instance. How much would you think that would cost an average rider, maybe off-peak period, peak period? What is your administration thinking?
Top of my head, 200 naira, 250. It probably will not be more than that. 200, 250. I really cannot say, because the fare structure will be where you're joining to where you're upping up. But typically, it will not be more than what you're running on your regular BRT, lines today. It certainly cannot be more than, because if for it to be accessible, right, affordability is critical for people to want to make it a better option. Yes, you can say that now it's quicker. Instead of you staying 1 hour on the road, it's going to take you 20 minutes, or it's going to take you, 25 minutes. So that comes with a lot of benefit. But affordability is critical, and I can assure you, Maokwe, that it's not going to be in thousands. I said that you're going to use 5,000 on a train journey. Certainly nothing close to that. So you still be in your regular 200 naira, 300 naira, per journey, and that's the kind of numbers that we're looking at. At best, if our operator says that, no, Mr. Governor, is more expensive, what we'll do for them, we can do a financing matrix and say that, you know what, I'll give you a longer tenure time, to be able to defray your costs, but keep it, affordable for our citizens, because it's for them, it's all about them, and that's why we're there. So we certainly will have that difficult conversations with them to make sure that it's affordable.